Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be going over my makeup that I've just been doing lately. I know I made an everyday makeup video about 3 months ago and a lot has changed since then. So I'm just gonna clip my hair back. Okay, so starting out, I always use my Estee Lauder Day Wear. This has SPF in it, works great. I love how it moisturizes my skin without making it feel like very heavy. It's very lightweight. I feel like this product really changes the texture of my skin. I feel like it really makes my makeup glide on a lot more easier, a lot more smoother. There's like a smoother finish. So I highly recommend this product. It's a little bit pricier, but it lasts you so long. Like, little goes such a long way. So after that, I do go in with my eye cream because I feel like it also helps with my concealer. It doesn't make my concealer look really like patchy, because I know some concealers kind of make the skin under your eyes look very dry and not hydrated. And I typically don't use primer unless I'm doing a full glam look. If I'm going to a special event for something, then I typically use primer, but most times I don't really care. Lately I haven't been doing my eyebrows, and that says a lot for me simply because I used to be really insecure about my eyebrows, because I know back in like 2014, 2016 era, I know like having eyebrows were like a really big deal. I would always try to perfect them and fill them in, and yeah, now I feel really comfortable doing my makeup without having to fill in my brows or fully perfect them or anything like that. So lately I've just been kind of keeping them natural and I've been loving it. So yeah, no more blocky, like perfected eyebrows for me. I have lately been using cream contour and blush. So that's a big deal for me because I hated it for the longest time because I didn't know how to properly blend and use it, and I think that's literally why I didn't give it a chance. But I finally figured out what I like, what shade works for me in terms of how dark I want my bronzer to be and everything. So I finally figured it out. So no hate to any of those who like using cream contours. First things first, I go in with concealer. That's typically what I start with on my routine. I just go in underneath, and if I have any spots, I just kind of go over it. I'm also trying to avoid using a beauty blender because for my profession as a cosmetologist, you're really not supposed to be using beauty blenders because it's not really sanitary, and a lot of bacteria and everything could be building up on those. So I try to go over it with a brush, and then later on I just kind of go over the concealer that I blended out with my finger, and I would rather prefer to use my finger than a beauty blender because I can at least clean my fingers rather than a beauty blender. And I don't know, I've always never felt like, even when I wash my beauty blenders, I never feel like they're never 100% clean. I will let them soak. I'll use that little container that cleans your beauty blender. I've used all kinds of different soaps and cleaners for your beauty blender. I don't know. I just feel like my beauty blender is never fully clean. After I go in with my concealer, I sometimes use foundation, but lately I really haven't been reaching for foundation. I've just been using concealer and just been getting the spots that I need, and I just leave it at that. But when I do use foundation, I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I've used this foundation literally since I first started makeup, and I first discovered like what shade works for me, and I've always stick to it. I really like this foundation. I use their dewy foundation simply because it doesn't clog my pores, and I feel like it doesn't leave my skin feeling very matte. Like sometimes I feel like matte foundations almost seep into my pores and make them appear bigger. So this kind of just sits on my face. It doesn't actually feel like it absorbs in my skin, which I like that. Now I'm just going in, I'm using the Wet n Wild contouring palette, but I'm using the highlighter part, and yeah, I've hit pan on both sides. And I'm using the highlighter as a powder, and I kind of just go over my concealer just so to keep it in place. It's not going to be sliding or smudging throughout the day. Just get a little in the spots that I concealed as well. So now going in with my Wet n Wild contour stick, I'm just kind of going over it like that on both sides. Not like a huge perfectionist or anything. Sometimes I get around here if I have like a sleek back hairstyle, but mostly my bangs always cover my forehead, so I never feel the need to really contour my forehead. Now that I'm satisfied with my contour, I then go in with my Wet n Wild contour stick. Just kind of dab it on a little bit like this. And I also put a little bit on my nose. Go in with my blush brush. This is the Eco Tools brush. I've also been getting really into blush lately, and I don't know if it's because we're in the springtime now, and you know, I like to add a little bit more flush to my face. I don't know what it is, but I've really been into that like really cute little blush look. I like to look like I'm almost sunburnt in a way. Like I've been out in the sun all day and I just look very flushed. I also switched to using brown eyeliner because I feel like I like my makeup to be there but kind of subtle. This is the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof eyeliner. This has the kind of sharp felt tip pen like this. I use the brown eyeliner and I just kind of do a subtle, I'm gonna try to show you guys. I always kind of do like a little bit of a subtle wing. To get the perfect wing, I always follow my bottom waterline here. So I'm gonna try to like get it where you guys can see. I see some people use like eyeshadow and they kind of swipe it with their finger, but I personally don't do that because I know it's just gonna smudge later and I want my makeup to last. So that's literally all I do with my eyeliner. I just put a little wing, little baby wing, and I clearly, like you clearly can see that I have wings, but they're not so like in your face. So just curl my lashes. And then the mascara that I'm using today is the CoverGirl Lash Blast mascara. This is their clean one. that is pretty much all I do for my eyes. Moving on to lips. This is probably my favorite part about doing my makeup other than my blush. So typically the first thing that I do is I outline my lips. The lip liner that I'm using is just an e.l.f. lip liner. This is in the shade Truth or Bare. Sometimes I like to use a little bit of a darker shade depending on the look that I'm going for, if I want my lips to pop a little bit more with my look or if I want them to be a little bit more subtle. I typically use the e.l.f. shade Spill the Tea lip liner. Today we're going to use Truth or Bare. Alright, so after that, for my lips, I either go in with this peptide lip tint. This is like a knockoff version of the Rhode lip tints. I love this so much better just because there's none of that graininess that I'm hearing a lot on TikTok. I'm hearing a lot of people like hate on Rhode's lip tints. So I tried out this. I love this. It's literally the same thing. It's just not Rhode's. It really gives me a nice finish. It moisturizes my lips. My lips don't feel very like sticky afterwards like some lip glosses do. So this really works so well, and it's very affordable. I got this off Amazon. I think you can get this off Shein and stuff and other places like that as well. But yeah, I typically go over with this, or I just use the blush, the cream blush that I use. But I'm gonna be using this one today. Pretty much the last thing that I do is I use highlighter, and I'm pretty much done. The highlighter that I'm using today is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Bloom Time, so literally perfect for spring. This is kind of like a coral, how would I describe this? This is like a pinky coral type of highlighter, so it kind of really blends in well with the blush that I just did. This is pretty much the completed look of today. It's just such a perfect subtle makeup look, I feel like, and it's perfect for spring and it's very glowy. I want to show you guys what it looks like outside too. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys liked this video. Give this video a big thumbs up and let me know any products that you guys would use for this look. Also, please recommend me some makeup products. I would love to test out some products of you guys' favorites. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.